while they're doing research. At the same time, we are assessing their ability. We are assessing their competency, proficiency in various things. And we are also assessing what they're thinking and how they're thinking, how they came up with the questions, etc. And teachers are not a information transmitter anymore. Teachers are facilitators. They go around and ask students, how are you doing, and how are you creating the question, how did you come up with the question, etc. So, but they need to be subject matter experts. If teachers don't know the real answer, we have a real big problem. We have a problem. But interestingly, when you have a group of students, I have not come across any occasion where students couldn't solve questions by themselves, by collaborating. In most of the cases, students were able to pinpoint the right answer in many cases. Even teacher wasn't proficient in certain subject areas, but they were able to help students discover. And SMILE project could be used for all learning scenarios in all conditions, meaning that this could be used in primary school, secondary school, colleges, corporate training, any environment. This could be used in any educational and training conditions and scenarios. And it's very simple and low cost compared to computer labs and other type of technology tools. It's even better than notebook computers, in my opinion. Because notebook computers, you have to take it out, open it up, fire it up, and then you use it and put it back and put it in your bag and carry it. And you could drop it. In your phone, you could drop this phone and, well, I dropped it. It's okay. You can just pick it up. But if you drop your computer, probably once, right? So simple and low cost, easy maintenance. So that makes it very more sustainable and scalable. And you could share them and rotate them because of the high portability and shareability. There are some challenges that I have noticed from my projects around the world. Students are not used to make questions. That's the biggest challenge. Students are not used to make questions. And early questions, when we do this project in the early stage, students still make simple recall questions. They make very simple questions. They always come up with this question like, what's the capital city of Mexico? You know, we've done that enough. Come up with a different questions. It takes time. It takes time. Question quality is much better in developed countries, yes. If I do this activity in Palo Alto, California, the questions will be very high quality because of various reasons, including socioeconomic status and etc. And then ample resources in the education space. Question quality improves over time, but requires many sessions. You need many practice rounds, and if you want to see their questions improving, so it needs some time for them to be able to digest the competency of creating questions. And it has to be integrated in existing curriculum. It has to be integrated in existing curriculum, in my opinion, to make it more sustainable and successful. You cannot come up with contents and then give to the school and, hey, use this content, don't use your curriculum. Then teachers will be mad and the Ministry of Education will call you and, what are you doing here? That sort of thing. So you have to start with the existing curriculum. And teachers often want to have students make practice test questions. Still, teachers want students, hey, well, we want to do open inquiries, but not today. We need to prepare you guys for the test next week. We don't have time for anything else. Let's make some questions about the test. So teachers still do that. So that is one challenge as well. Future, what am I going to do? We're going to make this file available everywhere around the world, and which is, in a way, it is already available around the world. You can download this app from Apple App Store today, right now. Students should be able to exchange questions globally. What it means is that students coming up with a question from Mexico could be shared in Argentina, Bolivia, Guatemala. Questions coming from Costa Rica could be shared in El Salvador, in Panama. So it can be global. I think that if we do global SMILE competition, it'll be very interesting. Because students will be rating each other's question, and the Mexican students will say, I'm going to beat that guy in El Salvador. I want to come up with a better question. and those kids in El Salvador, etc. So they'll be competing, and then we can give annual award, SMILE competition award annually, that sort of things. And I'm creating a SMILE association. Since I'm in Silicon Valley, I'm an entrepreneur. I have to start organization. I have to start with new projects every day. So I'm creating a SMILE association that has partners, companies, and organizations that are interested in becoming this association to maintain SMILE projects, so that this project and all the outcomes from this project will be open source. Anyone who wants to be educator can use this for free because it's open source. And anyone wants to leverage this and modify it and enhance this model, they can participate and become a member of the SMILE association. So we have more implementation plans. In Argentina Telecom is investing in our project. So we're going to be implementing SMILE in a few different states in Argentina. LG already donated Argentina Telecom over 500 telephones already. Brazil, there's a private company is also interested in investing in this project for the northern part of Brazil. That place is called Para. And in southern part of Brazil, there's a university that is going to be implementing SMILE. Uruguay, Antel, that's the name of the company. Antel is going to be implementing SMILE with us. Suriname, in Suriname, our associates went there to present to the National Assembly to make this a nationwide project. Thailand also, Morocco, and Rwanda, and Tanzania, we already have done that. In Korea, we've done that. USA, we started in a place, as you saw, Cañada del Rodeo. We started in that little tiny mountain area, but who knows? This may become like a wildfire. Maybe all schools in Mexico might be interested in adopting this project. So we have other places, India, Mongolia, etc. So we have planned to deploy these projects around the world. Because we do these projects, many companies are interested in working with us. And this is one of the products that they're proposing. This is called the SMILE Club. So what they are proposing is that this little box, it's around $100. This is your Wi-Fi. This is your computer. This is your router. This is your storage. Everything in one box. Teacher doesn't have to do anything. Just plug it in and start the activity. That's how simple it is. If there's a problem, it's not going to smile. If the system's ready, it's going to smile. That's it. That's all there is. There's no button or nothing. Just plug it in and start. And so that's the company called Marvell Semiconductor. It's one of the companies in Silicon Valley that produces chipsets for the one laptop per child project, OLPC. So they are a manufacturer of that device. So Marvell Cloud Computer for SMILE. So that's what they're doing. And we have a variety of different companies, telecoms, and there are education ventures, and there are various companies that are working with us as of today, participating in this, because this often can become a nationwide project. So many companies are very much interested in working with us. So what else? What else I'd like to talk about is what else do you think will be relevant in mobile learning? And we do some research around these. We have some research team at Stanford University, and many other universities are very much interested in doing research on mobile technology. And there will be more mobile social network applications that are coming down the pipe. I'm aware of many applications that are being generated for mobile devices. We're going to be using more wireless sensor for mobile learning. Wireless sensor integrated applications, meaning that we'll be able to buy little sensors that does the pressure, the humidity, motion, all kinds of sensors you can buy, like maybe 20 cents for each sensor. You can spread them in your house. They all talk to your phone, and you can just program. If A sensor does this, this will call me. Or if B sensor does this, it will turn on the heater. If C sensor does this, and blah, blah. You will be able to program all these things with cheap sensors, wireless sensors. You can spread them in your car, you can spread them in your closet, in your refrigerator, everywhere. And then you'll be able to program this and come up with various applications that we don't think about today. But I promise you, they're coming very shortly. Artificial intelligence powered system, there will be a lot of AI-based systems that are coming down the pipe, and we'll be able to leverage them for mobile learning. And today's mobile innovation is at its nascent stage. It's a very early stage, in my opinion. It has not gone to maturity yet. So the impact on all aspects of society is profound. We don't know how this little technology will be making impact on society in various levels. So we will learn differently, and we will learn different things, obviously, and we will need to think and do in different ways. Obviously, we have to do things in different ways. We do not teach our kids how to catch a bird with arrow anymore. Do we teach that? We don't teach that. But in the Stone Age, they probably taught those things, like, oh, you have to learn how to shoot an arrow because it's important. In order to survive, you have to learn this. But we don't teach that because that's old knowledge and old skills. Maybe about 10 years ago, educators, some educators, not all, some educators thought that we should not allow calculator in classroom. Why? Because they thought, if we allow students to use calculator in classrooms, what if there is no calculator? How are they going to function as a person in the future? They probably worried about it. In my opinion, that's an old skill. Use calculator, no problem. But what we need to learn today is that we need to teach and help students learn about new technology, new skills, new strategies to learn better and function better in a society, etc. So there are many things that we have to teach. But if we are teaching old stuff, where is the room for the new stuff? We're not going to have a room for any new stuff if we just keep adding old stuff. So we need to do things differently. We have to teach our children different things. As we know, mobile technology will continue to evolve. This is the first wireless phone back in 1981. The whole thing is battery, because they needed a lot of power to run a mobile technology, but it has evolved. Technology always evolves. So it's going to continue to evolve. We don't know what may come up next. This is the photo at Stanford University 2 years ago. Every student has a laptop computer in the classroom. They needed it, I guess. And then soon, Stanford Medical School, they started to give iPads. This is about a year ago, one year ago, okay? So from notebook computers to iPads and all these tablet computers. This is about 6 months ago. So they're using phones now, creating questions and doing all kinds of things with these mobile phones. So technology challenges the society to evolve as well, because technology evolves so quickly. And what's coming down the pipe? Mobile facial recognition. This is one of many examples. This is just one fraction of possibilities. When you look at your phone, it will know who you are already. You don't have to type in and log in or anything. It authenticates you already by looking at your face. And then it will say, well, you look sad. How about some music here? You're in a classroom now, and you're in the classroom at 9 a.m. It's time to learn math. So how about some math activities? The computer will be smarter and smarter. It will recognize everything around you, about you, and what you want to do. Not only your cognitive abilities, but emotion as well. All these things will be integrated with artificial intelligence. And then technology like this. All you have to do is just view your phone like this, and then I'll be able to see your resume here, your profile. Oh, Professor Sergio is here. Okay, I will be able to just see what you have done or what you are doing. Your profile is based on facial recognition and then environmental sensoring. These are possible even today. This technology is already there. So that was my presentation. Again, my name is Klim from Stanford University. This is my email. And I have started an NGO, non-governmental organization. It's a voluntary organization. We invite people around the world to help educate our children with the digital innovations, especially those children who are in underserved areas around the world. So this is the organization. If you have a Facebook, you can just search by typing Seeds of Empowerment. And that's an NGO. And if you're interested in joining me through the NGO, I welcome you. If you want to do research with me, I welcome you. If you want to work on some new project, new product, I welcome you. In any way you want to work to advance knowledge and to cause a paradigm shift that's overdue. And then I'd like to welcome you to make a difference together. So I thank you for coming and for your attention. Thank you. And I'll be happy to take questions. Any questions?
I noticed that you have plans for implementation in developing countries, but I didn't see plans for developed countries besides USA. Why is that? It's just a coincidence, or?
Because my heart is with developing countries.
Okay.
And of course, I do have projects in the developed countries as well. I just didn't put them in my slides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are many things that I'm doing that are designed for more resourced regions around the world. Like, South Korea, the medical school, it's not a developing country. I mean, they have all kinds of gigabit network, but that was kind of a project that I did, but I did not put other projects that I'm working on. But obviously, there are many other projects that I'm working on.
And do you have plans for Europe or countries
Sure.
like that? And would it be the same methodology then?
No, it will be different methodology. The reason that I am working more in Latin American countries today is because of the enthusiasm and interest from Latin American countries. That's why I am traveling more often in the Latin American regions. And I get more invitation to come to Latin America than Europe or anywhere else. It's very interesting. I guess this continent in Latin America, this region is fast growing and fast moving and becoming a new world leader. So I think that's why they are more interested in technology. They want to improve their education, and they are doing that to be global leaders. And I guess that's why they are inviting me more often in the Latin American region.
Thanks. Is it open? Yes. Last Friday, I saw a movie that's in Mexico. It's called Panzazo. It's about education in Mexico, and I was the only person in the theater looking at that movie. That was very sad, because it's a movie that represents the reality of education in Mexico, and as you know, we are not as good as any country in Latin America. So it was sad for me also to see your experience here in Mexico, because that's a reality. That's the kind of examples I saw in the movie. So I want to know which is the proposed for the public education in Mexico, and also for the private education, because you know that private education in Mexico is almost good, but the public education is, I think, the worst in the world. So what are the main proposals you make for SMILE for both sectors?
Obviously, both sectors are of my interest. I need to create an alliance. This guy was born in South Korea and raised in South Korea, went all the way to high school. And this guy went to US and now ended up at Stanford University and traveling around the world talking about technology and education. Somehow came to Mexico, and I'm talking to you now. Why me? I'm not sure. But there's something that's needed in this world, and that's about our children who cannot reach their full potential because of our problems in our education system. So that's why My passion is to cause a paradigm shift. Although I'm a South Korean born guy living in America and traveling around the world, but I'm making friends everywhere. Every time I go to a country, a region, and when I start a project, I make more friends. And they agree with me in some sense. They agree that we can change. We can bring about a change. And we like to change. We know the issues. We know the problems. We need more people with the idea of making an impact, who can take an action. And so I'm making more friends. I like to be friends with you so we can make an alliance. We can all work together. When we work together, it's not just the one guy, that Korean guy who just came and showed up. It's not that. It's about a global alliance who can work together to make a difference together.